So child's pose with the knees nice and wide. Rest your forehead down, crawl your fingertips forward. And if it feels good, you might just have the hands reaching forward in child's pose. You might bring the palms together to touch and tuck your thumbs behind your neck if that feels nice on the triceps. If there's any other arm variation that you want to do in child's pose, it's all up to you. Take a few moments with a natural breath. Just become aware of your breath without trying to change it, without trying to really do anything to it. Just notice how you showed up this morning. How every bit of you feels. It's always easy to notice the parts that maybe don't feel so good. So take a moment to notice the parts of you that do feel really good as well. See if you can soften into your shoulders, soften into the muscles of your face. Before we start building control in our body and our breath, see if you can let all of that go. So you're just kind of in your natural state, melting down into the ground, feeling the earth beneath you. And then allow yourself a really full breath in. From the low belly, the low back, feel that breath trickle up your spine. Hold at the very top and just be really full. And then open your mouth, exhale everything out. Feel yourself go all the way to empty. And we'll do that a few times. In through the nose. Fill the whole body. Keep pulling the breath in. And then open your mouth and release everything. Enjoy that sensation of release. And then maybe do that 1 or 2 more times on your own. Giving yourself this chance to really feel what it is to be really full and what it is to be really empty. No judgment or expectation with what that's supposed to feel like, but again, you just notice, you take the time to observe yourself. Ujjayi breath when you are ready for it. Finding that bit of constriction in the back of the throat, and now the breath is more controlled. Without having to force this breath to be anyway, you're just allowing it to hug through the back of the throat. And again, from the low belly up, you fill up. From the chest all the way down, you empty. And you just give yourself this time to create a rhythm. Slowly in and slowly out. Just spend a few moments in this quiet, in this stillness. Whatever else you're feeling today, it's all good. Again, don't worry about judging or expecting anything. Just be with yourself as you are. Slow inhale. Slower exhale. And over the next breath or two, I'll encourage you to keep your eyes closed, but go ahead and rise up to a tabletop. Make your way to hands and knees. And explore any movements that you need once you get to hands and knees. Rock the hips side to side a few times. Maybe it's a couple cat and cows as you roll your spine back and forth. Maybe give yourself about 3 more breaths just to explore anything that you need from being on hands and knees. And we'll start to come back to a neutral spine, your tabletop. Let the left leg stretch back. Flex your toes towards the ground and stretch your right arm forward. Feel your navel draw in for a moment so you get really stable in the center, and then just start to reach around for your foot. Whether you grab it or not doesn't really matter. If you do reach and grab a hold of your foot, give your foot a little lift up towards the sky. Feel your chest pull forward, take a breath in. And just release the foot on the breath out. Stretch out long again, inhale. Pull your elbow to your knee as you exhale and feel the back round. Inhale, you stretch out long. And just set everything down to your tabletop. One cat and cow. Inhale, belly to the ground, chest up. Exhale, round and curl. Puff up between the shoulder blades. Neutral tabletop as you breathe in. Right leg back. Left arm forward. Navel in first so the core starts to activate, and then reach around for your foot. If you grab a hold of it, lift it up towards the sky. Kick your shin back. Take a breath in. And just release on your breath out. Stretch out long. Inhale. Crunch elbow to knee as you exhale. Stretch out long as you breathe in. And back to your tabletop, breathe out. Inhale, cow pose, belly down, chest up. Exhale, cat pose, round and curl. Press the ground away from you. Neutral tabletop, and walk the hands forward about a palm print. Shift your whole body forward. And take your time lowering down onto your stomach. Elbows pull in tight as you make your way down. Press the tops of your feet into the floor, and let's walk the fingertips out wide so you get your fingers off the mat. Lift your chest up as you breathe in. Press into the fingertips. And exhale, forehead down to the ground. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift your chest. Dip your left shoulder down and look all the way to your right. Inhale, pick up the heart. Exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Inhale, back to center, chest up. Exhale, release to the ground. Press up to tabletop, find hands and knees. And let's make our way to a down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up. And once you get into down dog, pedal out through your feet a little bit. Take some movements that feel good in down dog. Take your time to find a little bit of stillness too. Relax your heels towards the ground. Feet a little bit closer than hips width. Stretch your right leg up towards the sky. Take a few moments to move the right leg around. You might bend your knees, stack your hips. You might bend and straighten out your leg a few times or draw circles with your knee. Just let this loosen up through the hip joint a little bit. And then eventually just feel the hips square. Lift your right leg all the way back up. Step your foot outside of your right hand. So you get this really wide lunge, like you're coming towards lizard lunge. And then come up onto your fingertips so you get a little bit more space in your body and just start to rock back and forth a little bit. You can use your back foot to kind of guide the shift forward and back. And then after you do that for a few moments, start to straighten out the right leg, lift the hip. Exhale back into your lunge and shift forward. And now start to do that back and forth. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you bend and lunge. One more time. Breathe it in, lift the hips. Exhale to a lunge. Bring your left hand flat on the ground and reach your right arm to the sky. Give yourself a really big twist. Expand the chest open. You can stay with your legs right as they are, or roll to the outer edge of both feet, and that'll get into the hips even more, especially the outer hip on the right leg. Your right hand can reach back. Wherever we are, a full breath in. Stay for your breath out. If you've gone towards this fallen warrior, come back to your twist as you inhale. Both hands inside of your right foot as you exhale. We're going to walk ourselves towards the left side of the mat for Prasarita, wide-legged fold. Once you get here, lengthen out. So walk your fingertips forward a lot so you've got this nice flat back. And then start to bend deep into one knee, shift your hips to the side. Come back to center. And bend deep into the other knee. Or shift your hips to the other side. Do that a few times side to side. Just get into the inner thighs. We'll get a lot more into the hamstrings in a moment, so don't feel like you have to fold yourself super deep. Keep the back nice and long in this one. And then eventually just feel yourself come back to center. Stretch the crown of your head forward. Walk yourself back to a low lunge. At this time, frame your right foot. Pick your left leg up to the sky for standing splits. Just feel the left leg lift up. And then forward fold. Release your feet together, top of the mat. Separate them out a little bit so you've got space between the heels. Lift halfway, lengthen the back even more. And then fold. Find a version of ragdoll that works for you. Maybe hands to opposite elbows or interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck. And just sway yourself side to side a few times. Soften into your knees and really let the crown of your head relax towards the ground. Eventually, fingertips soften to the floor and roll your way up to standing. Unravel the spine a vertebrae at a time. Once your head lifts up, swim your arms up, wide, and towards the sky. Exhale, you cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel your chest lift up. Inhale, stretch back up. Swan dive your way forward. Take up space. Lead with your chest. Soft knees. Halfway lift. Lengthen your back. As you exhale, hands to the ground. Step your left foot back. And then sweep your right leg to the sky. Three-legged dog as you breathe in. Downward facing dog, let the right foot go. Roll your way forward to a high plank and know that you can always bring your knees to the ground. Lower all the way down to your belly again. We'll set up for baby cobra. Fingertips below your shoulders, lift your chest and press into your toenails. Exhale, release. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower. This time you're gonna lift up, hover your hands, sweep them back by your sides. Keep picking up through the chest, pressing the tops of your feet into the ground. See if you can hug your heels towards each other and activate the inner thighs more. Take one more breath in. And then release down to the mat. Either tabletop or a high plank, it's up to you how you get up. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. Stretch your left leg up to the sky. Move your left leg around in all sorts of directions that feels good. And then use a breath in to square off the hips. Lift your left heel up. Step your foot outside of your left hand. So you've got that really wide lunge again. Come up onto your fingertips to create extra space. Shift forward and back a few times. Keep the left knee bent for the first few moments and just breathe into the hip flexor. And then eventually use a breath in to straighten out your legs. Lift your hips. Exhale, lunge back in. Pull your chest forward. Do that twice more. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, you lunge. One more time. Lift up, breathe in. And lunge deep as you breathe out. Right hand plants, left arm to the sky, twist open. Once you end up in your twist, if you want to take fallen warrior, you can roll to the outer edges of your feet again. Take a full round of breath. Inhale. Stay twisting as you exhale. Come back to your twist if you've rolled onto your feet. And then release both hands inside of your left foot. Walk yourself over to the side of the mat and find Prasarita one more time. This time we'll take a halfway lift. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Just fold, let your head and neck relax. Maybe reach for the outer edges of your feet. And then draw yourself in. Keep drawing in through the low belly so that helps lengthen out your back. And then if any little movements feel good here, you can take any movements that you like. For 2 more breaths. If your hands are elsewhere, release them to the ground. Lift halfway up, lengthen out your back. Low lunge, walk your hands, frame your left foot. Standing splits, right leg reaches up to the sky. Feel it lift through the inseam of your leg. Forward fold, release your feet hips width apart. Lift halfway, breathe in. Fold a little deeper, breathe out. Inhale, we rise, arms to the sky, salute the sun. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift up through the chest. Stretch high, breathe in. Dive your way down, breathe out. Lift halfway, lengthen your whole back. And then palms to the ground, step your right foot back first. 3-legged dog, left leg reaches up. Feel the stretch through the legs. And then downward facing dog, release the left foot down. Roll your way forward to a high plank. Come all the way down onto your belly again. This time, interlace your hands behind your back. Zip your legs up together, so you start off with the legs closed. Exhale your breath out, and then use your inhale to lift everything up. Lift your chest, your arms, your legs. Keep hugging the ankles or the heels towards each other so you can really work the inner thighs. That might even help turn the glutes on a bit too. Everything rises, one more breath in. Release yourself on your breath out. Find tabletop or a high plank. Down dog, hips high. Take a really slow breath in. Just part your lips, exhale everything out. Do that one more time, in through the nose. A gentle open mouth exhale. Lift high on the balls of your feet, rock yourself forward to a plank, kind of like you're unraveling the body. Your exhale, crouching dog, bend your knees, sit your hips really low as you press back. Down dog, hips lift, and right away roll forward to a plank again, unravel the spine. Exhale, crouch your dog back, sit back. Last time, lift high on the balls of your feet, shift the body forward to a plank. Find that crouching dog, bend your knees and sit back. Stay in this crouching dog just for a moment, take a breath in. As you exhale, right knee to your right tricep, breathe out. Inhale back to your crouching dog, sit the hips low. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, tap. Inhale, sit it back. Exhale, tap the right tricep with your right knee. 3-legged dog this time. Right leg reaches up and back. Step through between your hands. High crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Give yourself a chance to grow tall through the fingertips. Lengthen your low back a lot. If it feels better on your back, soften the back knee. Take a deep breath in. Twist open to the right on your breath out, arms out wide. One round of breath, a little bit taller as you inhale. Stay twisting, exhale. Exalted Warrior, right hand to the back thigh, left arm up. Your shoulders and body stay square towards the front. Feel a light twist, but a lot more lifting up through the sternum and chest. Notice your back heel. Stay high on the ball of your back foot. Take one more breath and keep lifting up towards the sky. Warrior 2 is your exhale. You windmill all the way open. And then one time, straighten your legs, reach your arms up. Exhale, Warrior 2, sit it back down. Reverse your triangle, straighten the right leg, reach the right arm up and back. You're gonna need to bump your hips forward quite a bit to really lengthen the side of your body. Give it a full inhale. And cartwheel your hands to the ground, exhale. Come into your low lunge and find your twist. Reach your right arm to the sky. Option for Fallen Warrior, roll to the outer edges of your feet. Come back to your twist as you breathe in. Palm to the mat, breathe out. Three-legged dog, right leg sweeps up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll the body forward to a plank. Option for chaturanga this time, halfway down. Up dog or cobra, give yourself a full breath in, widen the chest. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Take a full breath in, crouching dog, send your hips back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, tap. Crouching dog, breathe in. Right knee, right tricep, breathe out. Inhale, crouch back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Three-legged, left leg reaches up. Exhale, step it through between your hands. We'll rise up to our crescent lunge. Feel the right hip pull forward. Again, give yourself a moment to feel good in this. Maybe you drop the back knee a little bit to lengthen more. Inhale, you stretch up. Exhale, twist open to the left, arms wide. Stay in this twist and work from the low belly up. Exalted Warrior, right arm reaches to the sky, left hand gently to your back thigh. Stabilize the legs a lot in this. Feel really grounded in the lower half, really expansive and open in the upper half. Give yourself one more breath in. We'll spin to Warrior 2, all the way open on your breath out. Straighten the legs, palms touch, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Reverse your triangle, let the left leg straighten. Left arm reaches all the way up and back. Breathe into your rib cage, breathe into the side of the body. Inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Find your low lunge and then twist open. Reach your left arm to the sky. Option for Fallen Warrior, roll to the outer edges of your feet. Inhale, come back to a twist. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Three-legged dog, left leg sweeps up and back. Downward facing dog, let it go. Option to stay here or roll forward to a plank. Lower halfway and pull your elbows in tight. Up dog, cobra, your version of a back bend, open the heart. Downward facing dog, we'll meet with our hips lifted. Take one really deep breath in. One really deep breath out. Look forward towards your hands, bend your knees. Step or hop your way to the top and bring your big toes together to touch this time. Right away, meet in a chair pose. Bend your knees, sit low, stretch it up. Cool, pull the biceps back if you can. Then draw the ribs together and feel the navel pull in. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, palms to your heart. Twist to the right, working left elbow to your right thigh. Cool, you'll double check your knees for a moment, make sure they line up together. We'll focus the twist on the upper half of the body. And as you twist, we're not gonna stay here super long. Look down at your feet. Pick up your left foot and see if you can just stretch it all the way back. Like you're gonna stamp your foot against the back wall or whatever's behind you. Take a breath in with the toes flexing down. See how gently you can step yourself back. Keep the twist, one breath in. Arms open up wide to a T on your breath out. Keep twisting. Inhale, exalted warrior. Take your left arm up to the sky and slide your right hand down your thigh. Exhale, warrior two, windmill open. Straighten your legs, reach up to the sky, breathe in. Back to warrior two, breathe out. This time, stretch forward as far as you can. Side angle, either right elbow to your thigh or lower the right fingertips down. Left arm stretching up and up. Feel the expansion through your collarbones. Option to wrap the left arm around your back. Wherever you are, a breath in. Stay in this lunge for your breath out. Reverse your triangle. Straighten the right leg. Right arm sweeps all the way up and back. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Find your twist. Reach your right arm to the sky. This time you have the option of side plank. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Stack your right leg on top. You can always come down to the left knee. Whatever side plank looks like, feel your hips lift up to the sky. Fingers spread wide on the left hand and press the ground away from you. Give yourself one more breath in. How gently can the right hand land back down? High plank. Just downward facing dog, lift your hips up. Look to your hands, bend your knees. Step or float to the top of the mat, big toes together to touch. Chair pose, bend the knees and sit low, sweep high. Just sit into your chair on your breath out. Inhale. Palms to the heart, twist to the left, exhale. Once you start hooking your elbow against your thigh, sit your hips back into your heels. Strong breath, strong belly. Look down at your feet. Pick up your right foot and stretch it all the way back. See if you can keep your right foot lifted for a moment. Activate your toes, take another inhale. A big step back to a lunge as you exhale. Keep the twist going. Stay for a breath in. Let the arms open up wide on your breath out. Exalted warrior. Take your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Full big inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Straighten your legs, reach your palms up as you breathe in. Back to warrior two, breathe out. Reach forward as far as you can. Side angle, your version of it. From fingertip to fingertip, grow the arms. Rotate open through the chest. Maybe a half bind, right arm can wrap around your back. Take one round of breath, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Reverse your triangle, take the left arm all the way up and back. Straighten out your leg. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Start with your twist first. Reach your left arm to the sky. And then find a side plank that works best for you. Maybe a knee on the ground, Maybe the top leg is floating up to the sky. Notice whatever you're feeling and then give it one more breath and feel everything lifting up. Soft release to high plank, set your left hand down. Stay in your plank for a breath in. Chaturanga, halfway down, breathe out. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift high on your toes as you breathe in. Knees to the ground on your breath out, and either find child's pose or puppy pose. Maybe there's something else that you absolutely need right now. So feel free to do your own thing as well. But we're going to take about 10 breaths to be in stillness in whatever it is that you choose to do. Slow down your breath, feel it in you. Let the eyes close down for a few moments if you're comfortable with that. We'll take 3 more breaths, whatever it is that you're doing. When the timing feels right, go ahead and make your way up to a tabletop. Roll out the spine a little bit when you get to tabletop, maybe a couple cat and cows, maybe a few just rocks of the hips side to side. Roll out the neck a little bit if that feels good. And then taking the next breath to make your way back to down dog, hips lift. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Right leg sweeps up and back, breathe in. Big step here between your hands, breathe out. Crescent lunge, rise and stretch up to the sky. Right away, warrior 2, open up wide. Star pose as your breath in. Pivot the heels out, toes in. Prasarita, dive your way forward, fingertips touch the ground. We'll stay for a halfway lift, lengthen the back. Exhale, fold and release yourself down. Take 3 breaths in this Prasarita, get back into the hamstrings, do something that feels good on your body, maybe hands interlaced behind your back for a shoulder stretch. 2 more full breaths. Fingertips meet the ground again, halfway lift. Walk your way forward to a low lunge. Frame your foot. Keeping your left fingertips on the ground, reach your right arm to the sky, find a twist. Stay for the exhale and keep opening. Hover the left fingertips and rise all the way up to this open twist. Upright the spine, stay really strong in the legs. Come back to your high crescent, square off, reach up. And then palms through the heart, take that deep twist again, hook your left elbow to your right thigh. Look down at your foot, pick up your left foot and see if you can float it up. Toes are active towards the ground. You are here for 1 more inhale. You're gonna land in your twisted chair. Big toes together to touch, land softly. Give yourself a round of breath in that twisted chair. You're gonna see if you can keep the twist going for another moment. Lift your heels off the ground so you're balancing on your toes. Find a twisted toe squat. Start to sit onto your heels. Still pressing into the palms to rotate the chest. Either you'll stay in this twisted toe squat or hands to the ground for side crow. Fingers spread out really wide. Your knees are on the left tricep. Once you start to shift your body forward, think chaturanga arms until your feet lift up off the ground. Whatever this looks like for you, take 2 more breaths. Eventually, let yourself end up in a forward fold. Hands down, hips up to the sky. Separate your feet out so they're hips width apart. Pedal out the legs a little bit. Take a version of ragdoll again, so maybe you reach rocks at elbows, or maybe you just let your arms dangle. I like walking myself side to side so I get a little side body stretch in too while I'm here. Let your hands go to the ground. Lift halfway. And then plant your palms. You'll either step or hop back towards chaturanga. If you want to go through chaturanga, enjoy it. If you're ready to start skipping these, just release to a down dog. When you get to down dog together, we're going to take a breath in through the nose. Stick your tongue out, exhale everything. We'll take 1 more lion's breath. Inhale and fill. Stick your tongue out, let everything go. Left leg stretches to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, low lunge, step your way through. High crescent, we rise, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Star pose, breathe in, parallel the feet. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged fold, let your hands come to the ground. Again, for 3 breaths, anything you want to explore here. If you do enjoy going upside down, you might start to lift your feet up towards the sky as the crown of your head touches the floor. Two more breaths, nice and slow on the way in, and slow on the way out. Start to release your hands to the ground again. A halfway lift first, lengthen your back. Walk your hands to your left foot, low lunge. We'll keep the right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. You'll just start with a twist until your right fingertips can get really light. And then rise all the way up. Keep your arms opened up wide so you stay in your twist as you rise. High crescent lunge, both arms stretch up. Palms through the heart, twist to the left. Once your elbow hooks, stay connected, elbow or upper arm to the thigh. Look down and pick up your right foot. Keep the inner thighs really active as your right heel lifts towards the ceiling. Take a really full breath in and see how lightly your right foot can meet the left. Twisted chair when you get there. Stay for a round of breath and just stabilize back into the legs, sit low in your chair. Lift up your heels when you're ready. Lower down into your twisted toe squat. Cool, once you're here, see if you can continue to hug the heels towards each other. Stay or find side crow on this side. Shoulder width apart with the hands, fingers spread out really wide. If it's a lot to have your knees on one elbow, bring your hips onto the back elbow, and that way you have a little bit more support for the whole body as you start to lift. 2 more breaths where you are. Your release when you've had enough of this twist is a full hands down, hips up. Separate your feet out again. This time, roll your way up to standing, unravel the spine. Let your arms stretch up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Once you do that, just let the elbows come out nice and wide. Stabilize into the core a lot, so lengthen the tailbone down. And then press your head back into your palms. Feel your chest lift. Take a full breath in. One time, round and curl on your breath out. Hug your elbows together, chin to your chest. Come back up, elbows wide, lift your heart towards the sky. Lean yourself to the right as you breathe out. And kind of like you're barrel rolling with the body, kind of pull the head forward all the way until you take a little side bend to the left. Your right elbow is tilting up towards the sky. Now breathe into the left side. Take that little barrel roll forward again. Come back into the right. And then press the head back. Find a little back bend, chest up towards the sky. Stay for the breath out. Keep your hands interlaced and press them up towards the sky. Gaze can come up with you. Lean all the way to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, stretch up, biceps back. Exhale, dive your way all the way down. Flat back as your breath in. Plant your palms, step back to a high plank. This time, if you're choosing to go with me through chaturanga, we're gonna go a little bit slower. Lower halfway down. And then flip to your up dog, and we're gonna hang out here for an extra moment. Press actively into the tops of your feet. Look over your right shoulder, let your left thigh come to the ground. Come back to center, breathe in. Look to the left, right thigh down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide, big toes together. Soften your forehead down and just rest back into your child's pose. If you feel like child's pose is exactly where you need to stay for a few moments, stay. Otherwise, we'll keep the knees out wide. Rise up to this wide knee tabletop. Big toes still stay together. Shift your hips forward. We'll take a little back bend. Feet up, chest up, take a breath in. And child's pose on your breath out. Do that one more time. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Dip your hips down. Stay for the inhale and widen your collarbones. Exhale, child's pose, sit it back. Rise up to your tabletop. Now bring the knees hips width apart. Swim your right arm to the sky, twist open. Make a little fist and roll out your wrist a few times. And then when you're ready, slide your right arm through and lower down to your shoulder. Once you get there, the left hand can crawl forward if you'd like. It can wrap around your back if you'd like. And then if you're still feeling adventurous, your left foot can lift up off the ground. You'll stretch it back, kind of like we were doing in those twists where one leg is stretching back. And if you're still feeling really stable or there's nothing around you that you might squish or hurt yourself with, you might bend your left knee and reach left hand for left foot. You are breathing whatever it is that you're doing. Take one more breath cycle. Let the left hand release. Left knee down, unravel. Right arm all the way up towards the sky. Set it back to your tabletop, then switch sides right away. Take the left arm up, roll out your wrist a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, thread your arm through. And then just step by step, whatever you want to do with the right arm. Eventually, whatever you want to do with the right leg. Take a big inhale where you are. Start to release anything that's lifted. Unravel yourself. Take your left arm all the way up. Come back to your tabletop. Find one cat and cow in tabletop just to bring the spine back, neutralize it. And then we'll find our way into a seat. From a seated position, go ahead and rotate or open up the right leg out wide towards the side and sole of your left foot in. Both arms reach up, so the right leg is out off to an angle. We'll take a side bend first. Right fingertips can release to the ground, or you reach for the sole of your foot, and the left arm reaches overhead. And you just breathe into the side body for a few moments. Use a breath in to rise up. Take your left hand behind you, right arm to the sky, and find stargazer pose. Press into your shin to lift your hips. I like taking a few big arm circles with the right arm just to kind of loosen up into my shoulder. And inhale where you are. And exhale, sit yourself back down. Take the left arm out, or left leg out rather. Sole of the right foot in. Toes are lifting up. Reach up towards the sky so you get as tall as you can first. And then find your side bend. Right arm reaches over. Feel the breath going into your rib cage. Keep rolling the right shoulder open so you're not collapsing into this. You're staying really expansive. One more round of breath. And rise up. We'll take it all the way to that stargazer. Right palm to the ground, left arm to the sky, lift the hips. Draw a big arm circle or two. Full breath in. And sit back down on your breath out. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms forward. And go ahead and roll all the way down onto your back. Take one back bend once you get there. Feet plant on the ground. Enjoy a bridge pose. Engage the inner thighs and lift the hips. If there's another back bend that you prefer, you're welcome to take it. Feel everything press up. Strong belly, strong legs. Give it one more inhale. Lower yourself down as you exhale. Knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. This hug might turn into a happy baby. You can rock side to side and massage your low back into the ground. I'm gonna leave this next minute up to you. So if you wanna add on anything, we've done quite a few twists, but if you would like one more twist on your back, anything else that just sounds like it would be wonderful for your body, feel free to take it. And things that require two sides, give yourself 5 to 7 breaths on one side and then switch it up when you're ready. And it's all in time that you will find your way towards Shavasana. Once you do get there, you'll let every bit of you relax, just like we did at the very beginning. You've put in all the work, you've put in all the control, now let all of that go. Soften from the top of your head, work your way through the muscles of the face, and let that softening sensation seep down through the rest of the body. A few moments, if you have it, just to be here, to breathe. Enjoy the rhythm of your breath, and I'll bring us back when it's time. And you know that you can always choose to stay longer. But when the time comes, deeper breath. Feeling a bit more activation in the body as the breath deepens, and maybe that brings about little movements in your body. And as the movements grow bigger now, you start to wake yourself up. You maybe roll towards one side and just give yourself this time to check back in. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you've gained or shed from the past hour. Just observations, and eventually you'll bring yourself up to a seat. Using this last moment to just be a space of inquiry and observation. Palms can meet in front of your heart, expressing gratitude to yourself, those that joined, sending some love and light out into the world. One more breath together. Inhale through the nose. Take an open mouth exhale, let it all release. And we'll bow forward in gratitude. Namaste.